Good morning everyone, my name's Deborah Cosley and I'm one of the Creative Memories advisors from Australia. Today I'm going to show you a technique of how I created my page, making pockets and using a tag that you can pull. In my layout I've used the denim texture paper pack, the cut borders, which these ones here, and the tag punch. So I've made little pockets, like jean pockets, and then you can just pull it out, and this one here. That's my double spread. And then I've also made a single layout using the same technique, same sort of thing, but making it a little bit different. So today I'll show you how I made my base, how I done my pockets, and how I made my tags. So to start off with, I cut, let's move all this. I've done a lot of pre-cutting to save time, but just to give you an idea, I've actually cut 3 pieces of designer paper, 9 by 9. One piece is for your top layer, so just put that aside. The other 2 are the base layer, so this piece will actually go on top, so it's going to cover the middle bit. So I've actually framed them out because of weight wise it gets too heavy. So I'll show you how I did that. So just getting your 12-inch trimmer. I usually put mine on the side so I can see the guides because it's 9. So I'm going to be starting off with the housing at 1.5 and then going down to 7.5 down there. So I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to doing a frame of 1.5. So I've actually lined it up on your 1.5 here, and then starting at your 1.5, which is just there, and then I'm taking it down to 7.5. Then I'm taking it out and I'm flipping it around, putting it back on the 1.5, starting your housing your blade at 1.5 down to 7.5, and then I'm going to continue that for the other 2 sides. Last one, down at 1.5 to 7.5. If it hasn't all gone to the end, just get your scissors and give it a little snip. It doesn't matter if you go a little bit over either, because you're not going to see it once you layer everything on top. Last one. So these little bits that you've actually cut out, they're still big enough that you can actually, use it as a mat to make a photo or use the other elements that we might be doing today with this technique. So for my base, I'm actually going to use the leaves on the bottom. So it's just a matter of, twisting and turning. If you look at the sketch, it's got the little bits hanging out the end. So I've actually just turned it the way I would like it to sit. I mean, everybody's different, so you might want to have yours sitting a different way, and depending on what you want to show. And then you've got the last one, which is on top, which covers everything there. So that's the base. And then I've placed, before I go on, I forgot to mention, on my edge, I actually use the stamping blade just to give it a nice edge. With the one that I did for the layout, I use the Victorian blade. So just to give it another different effect instead of the straight cut. So if we look at this sketch again, then we have a 6x4, which I've made it into a 6.5 by 4.5 to fit a 6x4 photo. So I'll put that one up here. And then I've made a little pocket to put up here, up in the left-hand corner. So I've actually made that 4.5 by 4.5. Which I will show you how I've actually created that pocket. So my next pocket that I'm going to show you is 4.5 by 4.5 square. So getting that square, so you want your 12-inch trimmer, and then you want to get your scoring blade, and I'm going to do a little lip folding over just like you would see, you know, Jean's pocket. So I'm going to do that 1/4. So 1/4 would be just on that line there, just after the blade, the strip. So putting it down, scoring that, and then just folding it over. So then to make the pocket look, just move this. I'm lining it up on the board because it's 4.5 by 4.5. So lining it up and then measuring it in the middle, which would be 2.25. And then marking 1 inch on each side. Then coming back with the 12-inch trimmer, making sure that you change the blade. And then I'm just going to line the middle mark to the 1 inch mark on the cutting line on your trimmer, and then cutting off. And then same with the other side. Because we just marked this with pencil, you can actually just rub that out. Moving my page back in. So there's the pocket there. Just going to use a bit of repositional tape. Stick that down there. So remember that pocket is 4.5 by 4.5. My bottom one's a 9 inch by 9 inch. So next is, if we go on to this little thing here where you've got the tag. I've actually used my other layout, but it's about the same. With this base here that I've actually got the photo on, I actually made that 3 inches by 3.5, because with the tag, the biggest that its size it actually goes up to is 2.5. So I've actually got a strip with 2.5. So I'm going to go in and make my tags. Just going to do on either end. It's very easy to use, this tag maker. It makes different sizes. You can make a 2.5, a 2 inch, and a 1 inch tag. So I've got my tag on either side, and then I'm going to cut them down to 1.5 or 2 inches. Might do it 2, just to give me enough. So then to do my tags, on this one, just get some tape. You've actually just put that on like a little slant like that. So that's your one tag there. And then this one here, it's going to be the pull-out pocket. So then just going to repositional tape and just evenly put it on. And so you can either use this for a quote, maybe another photo, it's up to yourself. And then that would just sit in there and pull out. When you tape your pocket down, just put the tape on the fine end. I recommend using the regular tape runner to do that, not the repositional tape. So that goes in there like that. My offcuts from the bases, the 9 inch by 9 inch, I've kept some of that to use as tag pull. So you don't need a lot of it. It's up to you how long you want to do your little tags. These will easily stick down with a little bit of repositional tape. So they go in there like that. And then the other one. And it'll go up there. And the only other thing that I did on my pockets to make it, you know, look a bit alive was just do that stitching around the side. Just going to move all that. So we know how to do that simple stitch. It's just doing the little lines down there like this. And that just gives it a nice different effect. And that's how I did my page, with a little interacting pocket that you can actually pull out. Especially if you've got like some smaller photos and you still want to use them, you just done it like that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Happy scrapping.